It starts with one quiet night that quickly turns into a situation no one expected. An 84-year-old woman, Nancy Guthrie, goes missing from her own home, and what follows is a case filled with confusion, fear, and unanswered questions. On February 1st, Nancy was taken from her house under unclear circumstances. She is elderly, in poor health, and depends on daily medication to survive. That makes this case even more serious because time is critical. Now, investigators are trying to understand one main question: who took Nancy Guthrie, and what really happened inside her home that night? The night everything changed. To understand this case, we need to go back to the night Nancy disappeared. It was early morning hours when something unusual happened at her home. Surveillance cameras later captured a masked person approaching her front door. This person was wearing gloves, dark clothing, and carrying a backpack. At first glance, nothing about the situation looked normal. The person moved carefully and seemed to avoid being caught on camera. Soon after this moment, Nancy Guthrie disappeared. What happened inside the house is still not fully known. But investigators believe this was not random. Someone came prepared, even if the plan itself was not perfect. The first hours of the investigation. Once Nancy was reported missing, police began a full search. At the beginning, many questions came up quickly. Was this planned kidnapping, or did something happen during another crime that went wrong? Officials were careful not to jump to conclusions. They confirmed they had no clear suspect at the outset and ruled out immediate family involvement. This helped reduce early confusion, but it did not answer the biggest question. Where is Nancy Guthrie? The video evidence that changed everything. One of the most important parts of this case is the surveillance video. It shows a masked person outside Nancy's home. The person is wearing a backpack and gloves. The FBI later said this backpack might be an Ozark Trail model that is sold at Walmart. This detail became very important.
Why?
Because if investigators can identify where those items were purchased, they may be able to track who bought them. Even the clothing seen in the video is being studied. Police believe some of it could also be common store-bought items, possibly from large retail chains. Nothing in the outfit stands out as custom or unique. That actually makes the investigation more difficult, because it could belong to almost anyone. But at the same time, it also gives investigators a path to follow. A possible clue found nearby. As the search expanded, investigators found something else that raised attention. A glove was discovered about 2 miles from Nancy's home. This was not just any glove. Authorities believe it may match the type worn by the person seen in the surveillance video. That glove was sent for DNA testing. According to reports, early testing showed signs that it could provide useful information. The FBI said it appears to match what was seen in the video, but final confirmation is still pending. Even more interesting, investigators found multiple gloves in the surrounding search area, but most were unrelated and likely dropped by search teams. Only one glove stood out as potentially important. That single piece of evidence could play a major role in solving this case. The burglary theory and police response. As the investigation continued, one theory started spreading online. Some reports suggested that Nancy's disappearance may have started as a burglary that went wrong. According to this idea, someone may have entered the home to steal items, but things escalated inside, leading to Nancy's abduction. However, law enforcement has not confirmed this. In fact, both local police and the FBI have pushed back on that claim. They said there is no official statement supporting the burglary gone wrong theory. Investigators made it clear that the case remains open and that no final conclusion has been reached. Experts also added another point. Most burglars avoid homes where people are present, especially at night. That makes this situation more unusual and harder to explain. At this stage, the real motive remains unknown. Family messages and public emotion. While investigators worked in the background, Nancy's family began speaking publicly. Savannah Guthrie shared emotional messages online, speaking directly to her mother and also to whoever may be involved. Her words were filled with hope and pain. She asked anyone with information to come forward. The family made it clear they still believe Nancy could be alive. They also asked the public to stay alert and report anything unusual. These messages showed how deeply the family is affected by the situation and how desperate they are for answers. At the same time, They also helped keep public attention on the case. Suspicious leads and online messages. As the case spread online, investigators began receiving additional tips. Some emails were sent to media outlets claiming to have information about Nancy's location. One person even demanded payment in exchange for details. In one message, the sender claimed they had seen Nancy and knew who was responsible. But so far, authorities have not confirmed if any of these claims are real. Investigators are treating them carefully, but there is no proof yet that these messages are connected to the actual case. This adds another layer of confusion in an already complex investigation. The challenge facing investigators. As time passes, investigators are dealing with many different leads at once. They are reviewing surveillance footage, tracking potential store purchases, analyzing DNA evidence, and reviewing public tips. One of the biggest challenges is narrowing down what is real and what is not. For example, the Walmart connection could be important, but it could also lead to thousands of unrelated people. The same applies to the glove and clothing evidence. Without a direct match, these clues remain pieces of a larger puzzle. Still, investigators say progress is being made step by step. What experts are saying. Experts reviewing the case have shared different opinions. Some believe the evidence points toward a planned break-in. Others believe it may have been an unexpected escalation. One retired FBI agent explained that criminals often make mistakes, especially during early planning. Leaving behind items like gloves or identifiable backpacks can help investigators track them later. But at the same time, experts warn that nothing has been confirmed yet. Every theory still has gaps. That is why the investigation remains open. The current situation. Right now, there is still no arrest. Nancy Guthrie has not been found. Investigators are still following multiple leads, including DNA results, surveillance video analysis, and possible purchase tracking. Authorities continue to ask the public for help. Even small details could make a difference. The FBI is also offering a reward for information that leads to answers in this case. Despite all the uncertainty, one thing remains clear. This investigation is active, and law enforcement is not slowing down. This case is still unfolding, and every new detail could shift the investigation's direction. A quiet night turned into a mystery that has now captured national attention. A missing elderly woman. A masked figure. A trail of clues that may or may not connect. For now, the search continues. And everyone is waiting for one thing: the truth about what really happened to Nancy Guthrie. If you like content like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss new cases, updates, and real-life mysteries just like this.